Hello, fabulous superstar Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of August 2017, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. And what an amazing month it is. It is really all about the eclipses. There are two very powerful eclipses set to take place now. A lot of us are talking about that one eclipse, the solar eclipse that is set to take place in the second part of the month. But that's not the only eclipse happening. Actually, eclipses tend to come in pairs, and there is, before the big solar eclipse that I'll talk about in a moment, there's actually a lunar eclipse set to take place 2 weeks earlier in the first part of the month, and this is happening in a financial part of the sky for you. It has to do with money that you spend and money that you earn. Now, this lunar eclipse represents a full moon, but what I like to call a jacked up full moon, because it represents a culmination, a fruition. It represents you being honest with yourself about what you feel, truly feel, about how it is that you're making your money and what you'd rather be doing. Now, the great thing with this eclipse is it is speaking and standing across the sky from Mars. So there is some sense of urgency and needing to deal with financial matters at this time. At the same time, it is speaking in supreme harmony with Jupiter at the top of your sky. This to me says that there is money, there is the opportunity to make more money. It is in alignment with some higher goals, career goals that you have for your life. And there's a real sense at this time of possibility. So there's going to be a focus on spending and earning. It could be at this time that some expense does come up, but the great thing is that the opportunity to earn more as part of the larger goals for your life, the larger achievements for your life, is also there as well. So if an expense comes up and it feels particularly urgent, which is possible with this particular sky, and I'm sorry to say, I know for some people that's a little bit more difficult than it may be for others, and yet it actually is good. It inspires you to be better, to be more. It inspires you to get honest with yourself about your worth. That is the great blessing here, because remember, even if it feels challenging, this is actually a very lucky full moon eclipse. This is one with a lot of blessings and a lot of fortunate energy and a lot of potential to really help you to climb a ladder, or to help you to understand prosperity and redefine prosperity, so it actually increases and it actually helps you to be more, to do more, to achieve more. Think of it as a blessing. If it feels like you've got to be more inventive, or you've got to do more, you've got to find a way to meet a certain expense, know that the expense may be short term, but the opportunity to start earning more money actually has a long-term positive effect on your life. So trust the blessing, trust even if it feels a little bit challenging, because it is leading you in a more prosperous direction. And then there's the eclipse, right? The big eclipse happening that everybody is all abuzz about. And this eclipse is happening also in a financial part of your sky. And this has to do with grants, loans, bursaries, insurance payments, tax returns, benefits you may qualify for. It has to do with wealth and understanding wealth more expansively than you did before. So here's the thing. It is important at this time to consider where it is that there may be a need within you to heal a particular understanding of wealth and recognizing how wealthy you are. That's the emotional part of it. The other emotional oriented part of this has to do with deep and powerful transformation. In fact, this for some out there could represent a moment of a understanding of that. You know, when I see this part of the sky, I'll tell you, I remember the goddess Kali, the Hindu goddess Kali. She represents life, death, and rebirth. She represents the opportunity to know that there's something eternal within you, and there's something within you that can always be better, that can always be more than you were before, that can evolve, that can be richer than you were before, that can have more and be more and do more. No matter what has been in your past, there is that possibility for renewal. There is the possibility of an internal revolution, the revolution within that changes everything. So there's a lot of blessing for that on a personal level, a chance to begin again in some powerful way, especially on a psychological, on an energetic way. If you are engaged in any kind of therapeutic process, make sure you rack up your meetings, rack up your, your appointments, if you will, because the benefits could really be outstanding to you at this eclipse. This solar eclipse is speaking in supreme harmony with Uranus, so those leaps forward are promised. Luck and surprise and giant steps are promised with this. Saturn is speaking with this eclipse, so the results last. Mars and Mercury are speaking with this eclipse, so there is a sense of empowerment and mental clarity. But of course, the money part of it, chances are you're going to have to deal with financial institutions. Chances are it may be a little bit challenging. You may have to overcome some of your own resistance, and then they want to shower money on you. I hate to be that blunt about it, but really, that's the kind of energy we have here, where you have the chance to be richer, to be wealthier, to realize that the universe has your back financially and emotionally as well, with the amount of emotional support that could be there for you. In fact, I have a feeling as I look at this, family relationships can be complicated for some people, right? You may think a particular family member thinks a certain way about you. You might be out and about doing what you do, and you run into that particular family member, and they tell you how proud they are of you, that they recognize who you are and all that you've earned for yourself. Not talking about the money you've earned, but the respect that they have earned for you. Now, that, even though we tell ourselves it shouldn't mean anything, or, oh, that's very nice, it actually ends up meaning a lot. It can shift something within us energetically. These are the types of experiences you actually could end up welcoming into your life as a result of this eclipse. But of course, as I said, the wealth part of it, the money part of it is there. So I would encourage you, yes, we're in Mercury retrograde season this month, and so there may be some needing to go back and find more documents and go over things. That's fine. That's in another part of the sky anyways. I mean, that's more for you in particular because of Mercury retrograde. If you decide to travel, just give yourself a little bit more time when you're traveling. But having said that, when it comes to dealing with financial institutions, if you're trying to get a scholarship, if you're trying to get a loan, if you're trying to get a grant, if you want to make sure you got enough of your tax refund, if you're trying to access benefits, it is this eclipse that can turn things around for you very positively and help you to feel truly financially blessed. What I love about the sky for you is that there's a lot that may not feel easy, but it is very prosperous. And one thing that is very prosperous for you this month actually is love, because as you start this month, Venus moved into your opposite sign at the end of last month. So you're starting this month with this new energy. And this is really good if you're open to meeting someone new, for attracting someone with real long-term potential. It is also really good if you are in an established bond and you want to feel the love. You want to feel a greater sense of ease with your partner. Now, I will advise you this with this energy. We are going to have, over the course of this month, Venus standing across the sky from Pluto in your sign. So you can expect a lot of intensity around matters of love, a very strong feeling of fate, of being pulled towards someone else. Now, it may not last that long, right? It's not necessarily an energy that lingers so much, and yet it can be very powerful, very notable, and last. There's a real sense of truth, like really seeing the truth, the insides of another person and their motivations, and understanding something very profound about yourself and where you are in love in the process. But regardless, yes, there is that intense moment, and yet there is sweetness, there is light, there is a lot of adoration for you, and letting you know that there are people who want to be part of the experience of love that you have in your life. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week by logging on to astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars who get instant, exclusive access to expanded video scopes each and every week. This is going to be a big month, and I'll be diving into each and every sign. All the stuff that happens week to week, I will be talking about it with the superstars, and of course with the overview that I do on YouTube as well. But I do look forward to meeting you in the superstar space. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.